there's just so many layers of thought that was put into these cards. It's just so cool. Hi guys! Oh my god, okay, so obviously if you clicked on this video, you know what we're talking about today. The Buffy the Vampire Slayer tarot deck. I pre-ordered this last year and I've been waiting for months for it to come and I'm so excited. I just want to point out the fact that this is a fully illustrated deck and you guys can like, you know, do a dance, be happy that it's not a pip deck. I actually, when I first saw this on Amazon, that was one of the first things that came to mind because I love Buffy, but I don't like pip decks and I find them kind of lazy, so I'm like, I really hope they're gonna do Buffy justice and really give us a fully illustrated deck. I'm literally Googling everywhere, I'm trying to find information. I ended up looking up them on Instagram. So it's written by Casey Gilly and it's illustrated by Carl James Mountford. And I came across Carl James Mountford's Instagram. He posted about the deck and in the comments below, someone had asked if it was gonna be a pip deck or a fully illustrated deck. And he said, in fact, that he is a big fan of Buffy. He is also a big fan of the tarot and he wanted to do the deck justice. And apparently they actually extended the time he had to work on the deck so that he could really put his hard work and his time into creating the deck that we all wanted to receive. This is not prime filming time, so hope we won't have too much background noise, but this is also the time of the day that my family starts to come home from work. But guys, like I literally couldn't wait until like early tomorrow morning to film. Like I wanted to open this now. I'm like, okay. One thing I noticed there is actually, it's damaged. The box is a little damaged. That's a little disappointing. It's not a big deal though. It's not a big deal. If the cards are okay, then the cards are fine. I think I can live with it. I don't even know. Anyways, the box is beautiful other than the spot that it is damaged. That's a little bit sad. But the box is really nice. Like it's really pretty. So let's dive in. I like how there is a ribbon. So that's really nice. And the book looks gorgeous. Like it's so pretty. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna go into the book just yet. We're gonna put that aside for now because I'm going to go through the cards first and then we will look in the book after. First of all, the first thing I noticed is the cards are this like really nice smooth kind of matte feel. They're a little thin. Not too thin. They're a little bit, maybe a little bit flimsier than I thought they were gonna be, but it's not bad. The cardstock isn't bad. I feel like they'll probably shuffle pretty well, which we're not gonna shuffle just yet because we're obviously gonna go through them. So we have the full card first and we've got Xander. I love it. I feel like that's appropriate. Like we love Xander, but like I feel like he fits the full archetype. So like that's great. And then obviously for the magician, we have Willow and all of her magical glory. I love it. I'm just like, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Willow. I love her. I love her magic. I love when she goes like evil Willow too. Like I know she's evil, but like it's just so, I don't know. She's just such a fun, dynamic character. And I think that's why I love Buffy so much is because the characters are so dynamic. The High Priestess. Okay, I think that's Tara. Yeah, that's definitely Tara. Because she's got her like her long skirt and she's got her book there too and all of her magic things. Oh, so cute. And then for the Empress, we have Drusilla. Oh my god, actually, I think that's fitting. Like, I feel like that's really fitting. I don't know. I love it. She's such a fun, like quirky, weird character. I just love it. Obviously, the Emperor's Buffy. Like, usually we see the male on the Emperor card, but like, it's just an energy, right? So I really like how they put Buffy in the Emperor role. I feel like it's just very appropriate and fitting for her character and like how strong she is and how assertive and just like, yeah, she's just definitely an Emperor energy. I love that. And then we have Giles for the Hierophants. Yes, I love it. I love Giles. Giles is just such a sweetheart. Like he's just such a lovable character. And the Lovers, yes. I love it. We have Willow and Tara together. This reminds me of the musical episode when they're singing together in like the park and stuff. The Chariot. We have Cordelia and her car. I was so curious when I ordered this deck. I was mentally trying to figure out who are they gonna put in like what card. This is just so exciting. Like it's just so appropriate, and I hate when they just do tarot decks for the heck of doing tarot decks. And I feel like there's been a lot of those, especially like the movie ones and stuff, where it's just like, let's just throw it together because it's popular culture and like make money off of it. But no thought is actually put into what does that card embody. body and who fits that role the most. You know what I mean? I can definitely tell that thought has been put into this so far. I cannot wait to get to the minor arcana. So we have Dawn for strength. And I think that's appropriate too. It's just like she kind of started off as that character that was kind of weak, you know, Buffy's little sister, even though she wasn't really her little sister. But yeah, no, I think she definitely becomes empowered by the end of Buffy and just becomes this really strong character. And yeah, I love that they put her in the strength card. That's really cool. The Hermit, I think, yeah, that's Oz. I feel like Oz definitely fits the Hermit role. That makes a lot of sense. He's very quiet, kind of keeps to himself, plays his instruments. I like that. The Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. Now I think this might be the character, and I can't remember, but I think it might be the first Slayer that Buffy sees in her visions, in her dreams and stuff. I'm sorry if my birds are loud. This is kind of the time they start to get really chatty. Oh, and then we got Angel with Justice. Ah, so appropriate. Like, how appropriate is that? I think that's just absolutely perfect. The Hanged Man. Ooh, we have Spike. I was so curious where they would put Spike. And I feel like that makes sense. I don't know, he sees things from a different perspective. He's not any ordinary vampire. He's got so many different layers to him. Spike is actually my favorite, if not like at least one of my favorite characters, because of how dynamic his character is, because he has so many layers. Like, I think the actor, and I'm totally blanking on his name right now, but I think he did such an amazing job with Spike just because of how many layers. Like, oh my god, I love Spike so much. Ooh, the Death card. We have the Gentleman. This is one of my favorite episodes because it was just like, it's so creepy, but like in a corny way, but also just creepy. Yes, Temperance. So for Temperance, we have Buffy's mom, Joyce. I feel like that's also just like appropriate. I'm really curious to see what they write in the book and like if they tie in, you know, why they chose, you know, what character for which, and we'll see what they wrote. Ooh, the Devil. We have Evil Willow and she goes full dark magic. Oh my god. It's so good. The Tower. Oh my god, that makes so much sense. Yes, it's like the tower for like the apocalypse when they're trying to open up the whole portal situation. Buffy jumps in to save, you know, her sister, to sacrifice herself, and the whole thing. Yeah, that is perfect. Like, perfect. The Star, you've got Kendra, I think. That definitely looks like Kendra, the other vampire slayer. The Moon, yes, we have Faith. She is literally the darker element of a vampire slayer brought up to the surface. Buffy is all like out to do good and stuff, and then Faith just super turns to this dark side. And I feel like the Moon definitely represents, you know, our shadows and our, you know, those shadow elements of ourselves. So I feel like that's just so perfect and so symbolic. She definitely fits the Moon card. The Sun. Oh my god, yes. So we have Buffy here and we have Spike. This is literally the final episode of the series. And it's when Buffy, you know, says bye to Spike and he's got the amulet or whatever around his neck and he has to like basically sacrifice his life to save the world. I think this is so perfect. Spike, you know, went from evil to showing good elements of himself throughout the series. He just kind of like grew as a character. And this was like the ultimate gesture of like goodness. He literally sacrificed himself. Oh my god, Judgment. We've got Anya. Yes. Anya is literally one of my favorite characters too. I love Anya so much. I love all the details. Like, look at all the crystals and like the jars and the books and the crystal ball and candles and everything on the shelves. Like, oh my god, these cards are literally magic. I'm so happy. The World. And we have Buffy with her little umbrella award that she got at prom. I love that. It was like the world energy. Everyone just appreciated her for everything she had done. We recognize that you've been saving us and taking care of everyone, and yeah, I love that. King of Stakes. Ooh. So we've got Xander again, but this time with his eye patch. Yeah, we see so much growth in Xander too. Queen of Stakes. I'm trying to figure out who that would be. It's not clicking yet, but we'll see. Knight of Stakes. Oh, that's what's his face. I'm totally blanking on his name right now. Oh, he really shows up at the end. Page of Stakes. I'm assuming that is Harmony. Ace of Stakes. All right, so that makes sense. It looks like the typical kind of symbolism in a Rider-Waite deck. Now, I love how the stakes are the wands. So I just want to clarify that. It's obviously stakes are wands in this deck. So then we got the 2 of Stakes. We've got Buffy in her room with her stakes there and all of her other slaying gear. 3 of Stakes. Ooh, we have like the evil vampire Willow from the other dimension. Very cool. I'm glad that they touch on the different variations of the characters that we see in different episodes. It's really cool. 4 of Stakes. We've got Buffy out you know, slaying, doing her thing. We have the 5 of stakes, and we have a demon there. 6 of stakes, we have like the practice dummy. That's fun. 7 of stakes. I'm trying to figure out, because there's 2 Buffys, and that looks like the final battle or something. Then we have the 8 of stakes, and we have all the potential slayers at the end. You know, they were empowered and all became slayers with Willow's spell, so that's very cool. Ooh. Okay, so then we have the 9 of stakes, and we have Spike here, and this is the moment he got his soul, I believe. So that's very cool. Then we have the 10 of stakes. It looks like Faith. All right, so chalices are cups. So we've got the King of Chalices. Oh my God, I love it. We have Giles in his like costume. I think that was for like the opening of their shop or something like that. That's so funny, for the magic shop. Then we got the Queen of Chalices. Oh, what's her face? It's the vengeance demon friend of Anya that I'm totally blanking her name. And then we have the Knight of Chalices. And oh my God, it's Spike back before he was a vampire and hopeless romantic. Writing poetry that everyone hated. Oh my God. I felt so bad. Anyone else feel so bad for Spike? He was treated so poorly. He had such a soft side. Oh my God, we have what's his face? I really like this demon. He's so fun, but I can't remember his name right now. Page of Chalices. He's such a cute character. All right, and then we have the Ace of Chalices. Again, very similar kind of style to the Rider-Waite, which I like. 2 of Chalices. Very cool. We have Buffy and Faith coming together to slay together. 3 of Chalices. Aw, I feel like that's appropriate to have Buffy, Xander, and Willow together. 3 friends hanging out, celebrating. 4 of Chalices. I'm blanking on his name right now. I can't remember the principal's name. He's just like such a funny character, but such an annoying character. And then we've got the 5 of Chalices. This is when she has her like waitressing role. 6 of Chalices. I think this might be Giles and Joyce, Buffy's mom, when they ate the chocolate that made all the adults basically become kids again. Like they became teenagers and they were all acting out and being super inappropriate, and then they had a thing for each other. And then we have the 7 of Chalices. I'm trying to figure out, I don't actually know who that is, or I don't know, maybe I'll figure it out later. This is like Halloween when they all become their costumes. We have all the different costumes here, so I don't know if that's the dude that casted the spell. I think it is. We have the 8 of Chalices, and yeah, this is like when they're on the run in the bus. I love that Spike was driving the bus and they had to put like tinfoil or something in all the windows so he can drive. Oh, he was so funny. And then we got the 9 of Chalices, and oh my God, it's the demon that sings and stuff and made everyone in Sunnydale break out into song. That is one of my favorite episodes. I love that episode so much. It's so fun. 10 of Chalices. Yes! We have Willow when she literally becomes basically a goddess. Like her hair goes all white and she does that amazing spell to make all the potential slayers become slayers. That was such a cool moment. I love that. Okay, King of Scythes? I can never say that word. But this is the mayor that is just like up to no good. He just wants to turn into this big beast and take over everything, but he's like a fatherly figure to Faith. Queen. So yeah, we have Jenny, aka Miss Calendar, and that's definitely her outfit. So yeah, that is her with a floppy disk. Oh my God, we have Glory for Knight of Scythe. I think I'm saying that right. She was quite the sassy character. And then we got the Page of Scythe. And then is that, I think that's, yeah, that's what's her face. I can't remember her name. Her mom was a cheerleader and she like basically took over her daughter's body at some point because she wanted to live her glory days in high school. And then we have the Ace. And then we have the 2, oh, that's Glory's brother. I'm totally blanking on his name, but that's her brother. We got the 3, oh my God, heartbreak. Yes, this scene in this episode, like, I bawl my eyes every single time. Let's be real, I watched Buffy way too much. I've rewatched it so many times. Every single time, this gets me when Buffy finds her mom dead. Like, oh my God, so sad. But yeah, definitely appropriate for the 3 of Swords or Scythes. And then we've got the 4, and we've got Buffy. Is that Buffy? I am totally like blanking on what this scene is. Okay, it might be when she was shot. I don't know. I can't remember. Okay, so then we've got the 5. I think this is Buffy having conflict with her mom or something like that. And then we have the 6. Yeah, I think that might be Oz turning into a werewolf. We've got the 7. He looks familiar, but I'm blanking on who that is. The 8, and this is the professor who's also like the head of the underground facility. It's interesting that they have her for the 8 of Swords. I think she's like too blinded by her work and what she's trying to create, too trapped in that she's just like not seeing the repercussions of what she's actually doing. I think that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from it. And then we've got the 9, and it looks like, is that Buffy? That might be when she becomes like a vampire. Yes, yes. Oh my god, this makes so much sense now. Okay, so if you guys know the tarot, you'll know that the 9 of Swords is like often associated with things like nightmares, like anxiety, like those thoughts and fears that keep you up at night and that kind of thing. So this makes so much sense because this is from the episode where the kid is basically in like a coma in the hospital or something, and everything he is dreaming is coming to life, and it kind of manifests over the entirety of Sunnydale, where everyone's biggest nightmares and fears, and they're manifesting in the real world. And what happens to Buffy is she actually becomes a vampire, but it's real until, you know, the kid wakes up. But this makes so much sense. Like, there's just so many layers of thought that was put into these cards. It's just so cool. All right, and then we've got the 10 of Scythes. Oh, that's appropriate. That's when Buffy had a angel. 10 of Swords is like rock bottom, and this is a really awful, sad moment for Buffy, so it makes sense that this card would be representing that. And then we've got the Pentacles now. So we've got the King of Pentacles. This is what's his face. He's like the son of one of the Slayers that Spike actually back in the day. And then yes, there's his mom. That is the Slayer that Spike had. She's wearing the jacket you can see that Spike actually took. And then we've got Riley. So we got Riley, Knight of Pentacles. I feel like that's very appropriate. And then we got the Page of Pentacles, and it's that girl, and I'm totally blanking on her name. I can't remember her name, but she's so sweet. She's just like very innocent. She looks frail, but she's actually super powerful and strong, and she figures out she's one of the potential Slayers. So that is the episode, the scene in the school where she actually takes these guys down. And then we get into the Ace of Pentacles. Again, very Rider-Waite-Smith aces here. We have the 2 of Pentacles with Buffy in the diner. That makes so much sense. She's like balancing 2 trays, but they are pentacles. I love that. It's really fun. And then we got the 3 of Pentacles, and I totally blank on all their names, but these are like the 3 nerds that are conspiring because like after high school they decide that they're gonna be like super villains and work together and just take over Sunnydale. So this is appropriate because the 3 of Pentacles definitely represents that collaborative teamwork, working towards a common goal energy. So it's just so perfect. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles, which is the magic box in this one. 5 of Pentacles, we have these demon things, and I can't remember their names, but they're the ones that kind of follow around Glory like little puppies. Then we've got the 6 of Pentacles, and it looks like we have Anya here as a vengeance demon, and she's helping the needy. She's helping the young girls whose hearts were broken find vengeance, because that's what she does. And like the 6 of Pentacles is all about like charitable work and giving to other people and helping the needy and that kind of energy. So I just think it's so funny that they put this here because it's appropriate, but it's also so dark at the same time. You know, like she's a vengeance demon. She literally helps people hurt other people, but it's just like an interesting Buffy the Vampire Slayer twist. So I really like it. And then we have the 7, yes, 7 of Pentacles. We have the head of the vengeance demons. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles. It makes so much sense. 8 of Pentacles is very much that work card, you know, putting in the labor, putting in the hard work. And Buffy is with Giles here. She's training. She's working hard to get her Slayer skills up. So this is just so appropriate. I love it. Then we've got the 9 of Pentacles. And looks like we have Anya here in the shop looking all cute, working, making her money. Also very appropriate, very cute card. I love the colors. And then finally you have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have Dracula here, it looks like. And that might be, is that Buffy? I feel like that must be Buffy, but like her hair looks kind of red in this scene, so it's kind of interesting. That is the deck, but we are going to hop into this book because I'm just like super curious to see what it entails. So let's have a look. So we have meeting your chosen one, major arcana, the minor arcana, the suits. We have all of the cards, and then tarot readings. So it looks like they have information about how to do tarot readings and stuff. So we have meeting your chosen one. Welcome to Sunnydale, where the weather is perfect, the bronze is jamming, and the dead won't stay buried. This is a town where magic, destiny, and power converge, making it the perfect inspiration for tarot. In this deck, you will reunite with some familiar faces, the Scoobies, Spike, Angel, and more, as well as some faces you maybe thought had been defeated already and sent back to hell. Just as Buffy discovered her fate through her experiences in Sunnydale, this tarot deck can help you understand your life's directions by using characters, artifacts, and significant moments from her world. I'm not going to read everything, but that's just to give you a little bit of sneak peek. It talks about, beginning your relationship with the deck, how to start a tarot diary, and how to cleanse your deck, things like that. And then it goes into basically it's telling you what it means when you see a major arcana card and what they are and what are the minor arcana. So this is good introductory basics if you're not super, well versed in tarot, which is really cool. It talks about what the suits mean. So I'll probably touch on, the traditional versus, their version. I just want to kind of get a glimpse of what the card explanations look like. So we have the Fool here, Xander Harris. So they have the character names at the top, which is really nice. I do like that they did that. And then we have the upright meaning and the reverse meaning. So it does give you both options, which is really cool. And it gives you obviously the little description about what the card means. I'm not going to go through obviously all the descriptions, but it kind of does touch a little bit on the character and why they're kind of in that role a little bit, but it doesn't look like it talks a lot about all the symbolism in the cards. So I think it's one of those things that, maybe watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer while you play with the deck and just get some more clarity on it. But I really like how they put the names of the characters. I'm kind of curious if they just did that for the major arcana or if they do it for the minor as well. Yeah, so it doesn't have the names at the top like the major arcana, but it is worked into the description. Hey guys, quick note here about the book. So I actually didn't notice this until after I had finished filming in the evening. I was just kind of playing around with it, getting to know the book some more, and I noticed some things that are a little bit of a problem. Maybe not, depending on how you look at it, but I think it's definitely important to mention. So I first noticed it with the Three of Pentacles, and in the Three of Pentacles we have Andrew and the other nerds. It's the three nerds that are conspiring together and they want to take over the world and all that stuff. So we have them, but then when you go into the guidebook, it says, where would Buffy be without the Scoobies? The Three of Pentacles brings the energy of a team, your very own Slayerettes. But these aren't the Scoobies. These aren't the Slayerettes. The Scoobies are Buffy and Willow and Xander, that group, not this group. So I was maybe they made a mistake. Maybe this was the original vision for the card and then they decided to change the card to this. And then maybe they just didn't switch out the description and it was an error. But then I kept on going through the book and I saw it happen again and again and again, where the card did not represent the description at all. So I don't know if it's a mistake or if they just intentionally decided to just make descriptions that were different than the cards to give you multiple scenarios. It's a little bit annoying just because every single time I've ever gotten a deck, whether it be tarot or an oracle deck, it always describes the imagery of the card. That's the whole point of a guidebook. It's a tarot deck with the guidebook. So it's I started making a list of all the cards that had this problem because I'm okay, I'll list them off to you. But then the list just kept on getting longer. I'm this is just very inconvenient for me. I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna tell you that there's a lot of cards that don't match the guidebook descriptions. So do with that what you decide. It might be annoying enough for people to not buy the deck. I think I would still buy the deck even if I knew that was an issue, just because I personally don't use guidebooks that much. I tend to just read intuitively with cards because I know the tarot well, and I know Buffy well, and I know what the scenarios are on the cards, so I don't really need the guidebook. It might be fun to use every now and then just as an extra layer. It's another scenario to consider, that kind of thing. But I just wanted to let you guys know that the guidebook doesn't 100% match the tarot deck. So yeah, we have all the cards here. I'm just gonna skip to the back because I want to see what we have at the back here. Tarot readings, preparing to read your tarot. And then we have a page on some spreads. So the spreads, this one's called Nice to Meet You. This looks like it's just getting to know your tarot deck if you're a newbie. You've got a few, 5 by 5. That's funny, that's something Faith always says. Yeah, we got 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 card spreads. And then you have a little bit about the author and the illustrator, which is really cool. I just want to give these a little bit of a shuffle before we end this video, just so you guys can kind of get a feel for it. They do feel nice. They shuffle really well. And I find that sometimes those thinner cards do shuffle a little bit better. Like when you get into those like really fancy thick cardstock, they're nice and they're pretty and everything. But when it comes to feeling how the deck is for like shuffling, honestly, sometimes having thinner cards is just better for a good shuffle. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with these. I'm really excited to dive into them a lot more and just really explore the deck. I'm a little bit bummed out that the box came damaged, but I mean, I can't really blame the people who created the deck. That's definitely possible that it happened in transport. It could have been Amazon, which by the way, I will link it in the description box below if you guys want to get the deck for yourself and you are excited. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what your favorite cards are, and I hope you guys, yeah, have an amazing day. Maybe I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.